News 46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrum's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by Assemblyman James Oscarson, the voice for veterans, seniors, and education, now and in the future. The conservative choice, fighting for your rights. Paid by the committee to re-elect James Oscarson. News is also brought to you by Lorinda Wickman for Nye County Commissioner, District 1, a qualified and dedicated professional who understands our challenges and is here to serve the people. Vote to re-elect Lorinda Wickman for Nye County Commissioner, District 1. Paid for by the supporters of Lorinda Wickman. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, local residents are the victims of some unusual trespassers. A local MMA fighter has opened his dream gym, and a ribbon cutting is held for a new business. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, May 23rd, 2016. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. An unusual situation is happening at a local resident's home. According to Roxanne and her husband, Greg Dan, people have been entering their property at least 3 times now and digging holes in their yard. We caught up with Greg this morning.
Sunday morning, about 8:30 in the morning, some of my alarms went off on this property at 2350 Dyer Court. Concerned me because they all went off basically at the same time. I normally don't get that. I wandered over here, drove over here with my truck, and found a gentleman of Middle East descent or possibly Hispanic in a small car sitting right here or parked right here where I am right now next to this fence. And I confronted him, and he gave me some kind of cock and bull story, and I told him to leave. This was private property, and he did. As I sat here, I saw a motion in the bushes and trees here of 2 tall individuals that started to come and walk towards me this direction. And they started, the woman started talking, saying she was looking for a knife, that her dad died. It was a bunch of BS. And so I got on 911 right away and got with dispatch, Nye County Sheriff's Office, and started asking for help, backup. Also there was a gentleman here that had displayed some kind of a badge. I couldn't tell what it was. He never said a word. They eventually climbed over the fence, called their friend that was waiting here. He backed back up, picked him up, and the pursuit ended up on Basin Road, fairly high speed. They blew through 2 stop signs. They ended up at the museum where they met up with another SUV, a $100,000 beige colored GM product. And people started a lot of unexplained behavior. Trunks opened and people moved around. 3, 4, 5 people all got in motion, and the guy with the badge took off into the desert east of the Floyd's construction yard.
You actually spoke to these people, right? And then you asked them about the knife, because there used to be a resident that used to live on this property that was taken into custody?
Correct. His name was Scott Huckabee. Found out last night going through public records that on June 20th, his big court date comes up on June 20th. He was charged with all kinds of stuff, 20, 30, all felony charges. He's in a lot of trouble, and he's no bail.
We'll have part 2 on tomorrow night's broadcast. MMA fighter Brandon Snyder has opened up his gym to the community. He is offering all types of training for young and old.
The gym's just got into town. We just opened up, and we're doing a bunch of MMA, boxing, and personal training just to get in shape and have something for the kids to do in the community.
And I see that we've got a lot of kids here, even your own son.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going great. They're enjoying it. They're having a great time, and they're putting in hard work.
Girls and boys?
Yes, girls and boys.
You have a little wrestling area over here and boxing. What else do you have?
We got mat space coming for more wrestling, and then we got the boxing ring, the cage, and we got a bunch of bags, and we got bags coming up on the other side also.
So you're offering lessons right now
Yes, we are.
for all ages?
For mostly 7 and up, because any younger, I mean, it depends on the child. If they're not paying attention, they're just around everywhere, they're not really going to learn anything.
So are there going to be group lessons, individual lessons for adults and kids?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, there's more like personal training, like one-on-one, where you can learn a lot more, and it's more one-on-one training. Now, in a class setting, we have a bunch of people in, and we're teaching to a class setting. But I mean, they're both really good. But I recommend both to anybody, because if you want to learn the art, you want to learn more one-on-one than anything else.
And so, are you going to have them in groups of adults? So, are the adults working with the kids at the same time?
No, the kids work separately right now, but we're going to be changing it up where we have a family time too, where the whole family gets involved in the activity.
So, this has been a dream of yours for a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been about 6 years I've been wanting to do it, and finally me and Johnny got together and we made it a reality.
So we're right here on Oxbow, right in the little center across from Sayada Trudeau. If people want to find out more, they can stop by. You can show them around and then get them signed up.
Yes, or they can call me at 775-537-9553.
What's the hours of the gym?
We're usually here from 9 to like 9.
Okay.
It
And,
depends.
and then right now I know that you're getting hooked up with a Facebook page and everything. People can find out more that way. But they can definitely just give you a call or stop on by this location. What's the address?
301 Oxbow, Suite 9 and 8, and it's right next to Saida. I mean, you can't miss it. It's where Curves used to be.
They love it. They drive me nuts about coming. That sometimes they will cry if they don't come. They love coming here.
It really works out the energy in them, right?
They sleep really good. Really good. They're usually in bed right before bedtime.
It's really fun, and I love being here. It's a lot of work, and I love wrestling.
Yeah? Is that what you're going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you like punching the punching bags?
Yes. Yes.
The Board of County Commissioners discussed a banner project for veterans at their meeting last week.
A few weeks back, or the last meeting, I mentioned that I'd been over to Laughlin to a conference, and before I went to Laughlin, I was over in Bullhead City, and I saw every other light pole had a veteran listed, and it really struck me as a good way to honor our veterans.
Excellent.
And we have plenty of light poles down through Calvada Boulevard here.
Yep.
To do that on. I have not had time to get prices and things. I just wanted to make the board aware of it and hope that you all would support me if we move forward with this.
My
Not make a
motion.
decision today.
Well, I made a motion to approve, so you want me to rescind it?
Second.
All right, then I
move
will move
forward.
forward, and I'll get back to the board as soon as I can get with the American Legion. According to the city of Bullhead City person that I talked to, the American Legion sponsors that.
Yeah.
So, and I've had a little bit of a hard time trying to get a hold of them to find out how all this came about and where they get their funding from and things. And I know, you know, we can't do enough for our veterans as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And we do have bricks at the cemetery, and we do have something out here, but that is very impressive, and it caught my eye, so.
So with that, any other
Mr. Chair,
questions?
point of clarification. Will this be to honor existing servicemen who are service people,
No, I think it's.
Well,
active duty members?
I
Will this-
kind of had in the back of my mind to go back and pick up one individual that we lost a few years ago, is the first one. And I think we all know who that was, so. And again, I will take care of everything. The only thing I'm going to need when I bring it back to the board is approval to allow the use the polls to be able to do that. And I'll get people to, and I'll clear it with you.
No, I just mean for administrative use of the program, how we're, if, you know, admin will make sure that they get taken down and left up, and
Right.
and if we, but we need, well, maybe when we come back, then we can set the guidelines on who.
Yeah, and I'll sit down and talk with you a little more
Perfect,
about it. I know
okay.
I threw it at you, but it really impressed me, and it's something that I thought that we could do, and
I think they're really nicely done.
it is.
I really do.
Your Desert View Hospital Health Tip after the break.